What's the deal, people? Hope all are doing well and having a blessed day, afternoon, or evening, whenever you come across this a reading. I'm going to tap into some energy because I feel like it. But before I... That's just the notification that I went live. Before I tap into this energy for the collective, I just want to say that y'all need to give it up on trying to get me to have this reaction that you want me to have. You want me to lash out. Ah, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to happen. I don't care what y'all doing. And I'm already getting messages. You trying to attack some type of chakra to do chakra attacks to induce some type of childhood trauma, and I just see 1, 2, 3. Wow, death becomes them, underlying illnesses. Anyway, wow, no mercy. Confirmation burp. Collective, this energy, death becomes this energy. Whatever energy is in my energy, whatever energy is in the collective energy, whatever karmic energy it is, mine or yours, it's saying, it's coming out, death becomes them. No mercy, death becomes them, underlying illnesses. Swampy smell, a father not related. All I'm doing is picking up the deck to shuffle. Another one bites the dust. Somebody's being defeated. Sleeping with the higher ups. Step forward. Dumb and Dumber. So, before I really start tapping into this energy, I just want to say, and the reason why I say that there's people around me that's trying to get me to have a reaction, well, I'm going to expose them on the camera now. So, my upstairs neighbors are doing the same old shit, different day, same old shit, and decided to pour something on my window. Mind you, I'm not in the house by myself. Look, they doing what they doing because, look, they don't got no more plays to... Look, it literally says they got no more cards to play. They out of moves. So they keep on doing the same shit. They can't think straight, and necromancy in the reverse. A fire starter. Troublemakers. So, all I'm going to say is, I want to say thank you for the dumbness that they do. And mind you, earlier today, I seen the guy, when I walked outside earlier today, the guy that was following me, that I would catch following me. I saw him today when I walked outside earlier today. And when I walked outside today, I literally told him, I hope you're not going over there to fucking start shit. Meaning upstairs, coming upstairs to his house. Because he want to look at me and say, hello, ma'am. Ma'am? Ma'am. You calling me ma'am? Now you want to give me respect, but yeah, you coming to go start trouble with the person upstairs? But you want to talk to me in a sign of respect and call me ma'am. Mira. So my upstairs neighbor, and I'm just gonna direct it to the one, because the one, and he gets everybody else going. So yeah, you could pour piss, and you could pour piss on my windowsill, and I wouldn't give a shit. But you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna rain, and it's gonna wash all your shit away, like it does all the time. So, angels, ancestors, spirits of the divine white light attribute, only please provide me with some insight. This could be your energy or my energy. Take what resonates, leave the rest. We just gonna tap in. And we gonna see whose spirit is gonna spill the tea on today. They doing womb magic collective. They out here doing, look, chakra confirmation. Confirmation to the messages earlier. They doing some type of chakra attack. They attacking the womb collective. They doing some womb magic. That's what they doing. It's saying next door neighbor. The next door neighbor is doing womb magic. I got two next door neighbors. I got one, and I got the other one that wanted to knock on my door yesterday. Was that what her okay was? Oh, next door neighbor. So that's my next door neighbor doing womb magic, or your next door neighbor is doing some womb magic on you, collective. As far as me, I got two next door neighbors. I got one on my right side and one on my left side. And then the one on my right side wanted to knock on my door yesterday. I was in my kitchen area, doing stuff in my kitchen area. And she wanted to knock on my door because I was banging on my pilong like any other fucking day that I've ever used my pilong, because yesterday was not the first time I've ever banged in my kitchen on my pilong. But yesterday, out of all days, she wanted to knock on my door, and she felt, I guess she was bothered by it yesterday. And then she wanted to knock on my door talking about, and then the words that came out her mouth in the hallway so people could hear her was, "You're banging on my wall." No, I'm not. I'm in my kitchen that got tiles. So why would I purposely bang on your wall for? So then I looked at her and I said, "I don't know what to tell you." And then she says, "Okay." Like an okay, like if she was going to do something. So is this what she's doing? She does magic. And my next door neighbor is Honduran. So she's into that voodoo shit. She think I don't know what her nationality is. But I know what her nationality is. She ain't black. She's Honduran. She speaks Spanish. She understands Spanish. And Hondurans, and over there, they do voodoo. They do santeria, brujeria, and all that shit. Yes, they do. So is it my next door neighbor, her? Or is it the other one that got a baby that shouldn't be worried about doing womb magic on nobody? Let's see who it could be. Or it could be yours. Maybe this ain't got nothing to do with me. Maybe it's your next door neighbor that's doing womb magic on you, collective, and not mine. And dream magic, womb magic, next door neighbor, dream magic. So they doing womb magic and dream magic? Oh, this next door neighbor is on a roll. Tracy is being traced back to them, or somebody's name could be Tracy. Middle name, first name, last name, nickname. Or it's being traced back to somebody. Is what you don't see, is what I don't see. And you know what's funny? After I got online and exposed her for the stupid shit that she did yesterday, I haven't heard her. I haven't heard her dogs or her today. I literally have not heard her or her dogs. Not one bark. I haven't really heard her come out in and out of her house like she normally does, because she comes in and out of her house a lot. I haven't heard that. And I haven't heard her dogs. Lost but not forgotten. Womb magic. Dingbat energy. I don't know. It says next door neighbor dingbat energy. The only person that I think that's a dingbat, I'm not even gonna start no trouble. Let me be quiet. It says they take them out their misery. Dream magic, take them out their misery. Lost but not forgotten dingbat energy, take them out their misery. There could be a dingbat energy that's about to be taken out their misery, or somebody's telling this dingbat energy to take somebody out their misery doing dream magic. You or me. Like I said, I'm not even going to put this on myself. You could have a next door neighbor. I'm going to just act like I ain't got no problems with my neighbors, and this ain't my energy, and this is their energy collective. You could have a next door neighbor that's out here trying to do womb magic and dream magic on you. It's being traced back to them, and what you don't see, or somebody could be named Tracy. And lost but not forgotten. So you may have been lost, but you're not forgotten. And it's saying that this next door neighbor is a dingbat energy. And dream magic, take them out their misery. They could be taking out their misery in their dreams, or somebody's trying to take you out your misery in your dreams. And Tracy is committing spiritual suicide, or whoever's being traced, this is being traced back to, they committed spiritual suicide. It says somebody's aging rapidly is what you don't see. So what you don't see is somebody could be aging rapidly, collective, because of this womb magic and this dream magic. But then again, let me just pause that. If it's my energy, I cannot only think about the child that lives next door. I got to think about the parent, the child's parent that's also involved, and that is associated with the other next door neighbor of mine, if this is my energy. Okay, so it could be the Mama Duke's next door neighbor. It could be his mother. And not necessarily this one that I had an issue with yesterday. It could be that one, the other one, and it could be his mother. So if this is my energy, yeah, restitution, they owe me some type of money, or they owe you some type of money. Freedom. You're free, this dingbat energy, you're free, freedom from this dingbat energy, restitution. Yeah, you're about to be free. You or me about to be free from this dingbat energy. Oh. A. Rhyming or the timing. Collective. Somebody has PTSD, post-traumatic stress, or they was trying to cause you some type of post-traumatic stress in your dreams. Was that what they was trying to do in my dreams? When I was remembering this last one that I remember? Having to run for my life, being chased after, but at the end of that dream, I was free. They couldn't find me. Somebody's father's side of the family committed spiritual suicide, and their mother related. A father's side of the family, so somebody's father and their grandmother. Okay, let me understand. So somebody's father and their mother, but this would be representing somebody's grandmother. The next door neighbor's father's side of the family and their mother related. Oh, hold on. I said their mother. Oh, I didn't even peep that. Lord have mercy. Wait a minute. It says the next door neighbor and their mother related. I literally was just talking about it could be the next door neighbor's mother. And it came out. And the father's side. So their father's side of the family and their mother. Let me just say this. This could be your energy or this could be mine, collective. evidence was found. Some evidence was found. That's why they're gonna owe you or me restitution collective, because evidence was found. It was lost, but it was not forgot. It was not forgotten. This evidence. It says they wake up and go to sleep doing spell work. This dingbat energy. Confirmation, belch, and no itching at the same time. It says pride and prejudice, negative assumptions. So they were out here having negative assumptions about you or about me. And they out here doing spell work when they wake up and when they go to bed. Before they go to bed and after they wake up. Yeah, but it's a lot of wasted energy. So this spell work that they do, all this negative assumptions, pride and prejudice was wasted. They committed spiritual suicide. Yeah, crazy energy vampires is what I don't see. Aging rapidly, this mother related. Of course, I won't see this mother related aging rapidly because she don't live here no more and she pops in and out. But yet they fucking ear hustle and stand in front of my door to talk shit though. But let me get out of this. Let me stop saying that this is my energy. This might be yours, collective. This might be yours. This person or these people are feeling haunted. So you got the next door neighbor and their father's side of the family and their mother. That's what came out. This could be yours, next door neighbor and their father's side of the family and their mother. Or it could be the father's side of the family and their mother related. So it could be the mother related to this father's side of the family. That's why I said earlier, grandmother. So it could be the mother or the grandmother of the next door neighbor. Because that mother related to the father side of the family, that's what it could represent. Father side of the family, mother related. It could be the next door neighbor, grandmother, and their father's side of the family. Or it could be the next door neighbor and their father's side of the family and their mother. Because if I read it down, it's saying Tracy or Trace, spiritual suicide, father side of the family, wasted energy. Somebody could be named Tracy that committed spiritual suicide. That's a part of the next door neighbor's father side of the family, and it was a lot of wasted energy. Or something's being traced back to these people when it was spiritual suicide. The father's side of the family, wasted energy. And then it's saying what you don't see. Aging rapidly, this mother related, this crazy energy vampire. So the next door's neighbor, the next door's neighbor, mother is a crazy energy vampire. That's what it's saying. Next door neighbor, dream magic, Trace or Tracy, what you don't see, doing womb magic and dream magic to take them out their misery, to take you out your misery, post-traumatic stress, pride and prejudice. They're either trying to give you or me post-traumatic stress and try to take you out your misery doing dream magic, womb magic, or these people or per person has PTSD and they were being a hater. They were in pride and prejudice. They had a lot of negative assumptions. What's this poking out? Uncle Tom. They kiss asses for money. Uncle Tom to me is somebody who's a kiss ass for money. Somebody who do anything for money. They being haunted. Yeah, because shit is spiraling out of control. So they being haunted because they're kiss ass doing something for money, and now shit is spiraling out of control. Tax fraud. They committed some type of tax fraud. Necromancy. They were doing death magic. They remote viewing me. They probably watching me now because there's only one person that like and one person that didn't. What's up, troll? You remote viewing me? You watching me? You watching me in my greatness, bitch, because you hating? Because there's an execution, because you're about to be executed. Womb magic, remote viewing, execution. Home community. a cousin related. So my cousin related or their cousin related could be involved. Collective, you can have a next door neighbor. I can have a next door neighbor. Womb magic next door neighbor. So there's a next door neighbor that's doing womb magic. Dream magic. Somebody could be named Tracy, or it's being traced back to them, and it's what you don't see. Something is being traced back to this next door neighbor. Something is lost but not forgotten. There's a dingbat energy that's about to be taken out of their misery, and they committed spiritual suicide, and they're aging rapidly. They owe you restitution, and you are freedom from this dingbat energy. They have PTSD. This person's next door neighbor, father side of the family, and their mother related. Evidence was found that they wake up and go to sleep doing spell work because of their pride and prejudice and their negative assumptions, and they wasted a lot of energy. These crazy energy vampires now are feeling haunted. They are Uncle Tom kiss-ass motherfuckers for money, and now shit is spiraling out of control because they committed some type of tax fraud. Like I said, Uncle Tom, tax fraud, and they're out here trying to do some necromancy on you as well. So not only were they doing womb magic, dream magic, they were putting necromancy. So necromancy, a death to your womb, sending death to your womb into your dreams. The dead, sending the dead. Rottingness, decay. Because necromancy doesn't necessarily have to be somebody sending the dead to you. Necromancy has to do with rot and decay. So somebody could have been trying to send you some type of rot or decay when it comes to your womb, to your dream. They were trying to rot and decay your womb and rot and decay your dreams. And with him running upstairs, stomping, that is a confirmation that I am on point. That sounds like a nervous, oh shit, she found out. Manipulative. Somebody was being manipulative. Oh, I didn't finish the thing. Yeah, a time gap, date and time gap. Manipulative. Somebody was manipulating the time and the date of something. But then I got also with the other cards that came out, remote viewing, execution in the home community, cousin related. So this could be a cousin related to you, collective, or me, or a cousin related to this next door neighbor that is fucking with you. And they were being manipulative about some type of date, time. They were trying to create some type of gap. And this is where it comes with the lost but not forgotten. So somebody was trying to be manipulative, lost but not forgotten when it came to some type of date and time. There's a date and time gap. Somebody was trying to manipulate some type of date and time. Yeah, look, again, manipulated others. A karmic woman. And it lands right on top of mother related. And aunt related came out as well. Somebody's mind is blown. So collective. There was a lot of manipulation going zones in the energy. So you got a cousin related, aunt related, mother related, father side of family. This could be their family related to them, next door neighbor, because the first thing that came out was next door neighbor. So I'm going to take this as these are people that's related to the next door neighbor. So the next door neighbor and the father side of the family and their mother and their cousin and their aunt. Or if you want, this might not be, they could be working with your family too. So you could have a next door neighbor and their father side of the family and their mother. This is somebody in your home community, next door neighbor home community came out. And you could have a cousin and an aunt related to you that's a part of it as well, you take the story as it resonates, okay? That's why I'm trying to give you as scenarios. Because when I read it the first time, when I came out the first time, I read it as the mother related being a grandmother energy. The mother to this father side of the family. That's how I read it the first time. But before I started talking about, the card came out mother related, I was saying if this was my energy, I was talking about the lady that I had a little issue with yesterday, but then I forgot that I have the issue with the son next door, but he's a mama's boy. And I don't fuck with the mother anyway because she's stupid. She be saying dumb shit and stupid shit in front of my door and thinking that she don't get caught. And I've recorded her so many times. The Lord have mercy. Anyway, so it could be his mother. And then before I said that, after I said that, the mother related came out. So if this is my energy, is what I'm saying. We're going to play stupid for the people out here. Okay? If this is my energy, collective, if. It might be yours. It might be your story. But you got some neighbors and their family that live in your home community. And again, this could be the past, the present, okay, or the future to come. But this is something from the past that something has already happened or happening, okay? Normally, that's the energy that I pick up on, and I normally pick up on future energy as well, but right now, this is past or present energy. So, it says dissociative identity disorder. So this person has a dissociative identity disorder, and they're in childlike behavior. They need to act their age. This literally landed under karmic woman and mother related. There could be an aunt that's being haunted. This aunt could be the one that goes to sleep and goes to sleep and wake up and doing spell work. Yeah, look, risky move. Whatever these people did was a risky move. What up, trolls? If you ain't liking this video, you a troll. Yeah, searching for information in your dreams. Dream magic. And shit is spiraling out of control. So they out here trying to do dream magic to search for information. They're not going to get anything. It says, shunned and casted out of a society, group, organization, coven, clique, or family. Somebody's going to be kicked out of some type of family. Somebody's going to be kicked out of this family or organization. Whatever they are part of, they're going to be kicked out of it. A coven. This is what they are part of. Oh, wow. I said whatever they are part of. Thank you, Spirit. You made it very clear. I said whatever they were a part of. I said somebody's going to be kicked out and shunned out of a fucking group, organization, a coven, a clique, a family. I said whatever they're going to get kicked out of. And the next card that came out literally was a coven. There's a coven that's out here doing necromancy. Energy vampires. Split the deck, but you're protected. I'm protected. Archangel Michael. You got Archangel Michael protection. We got Archangel Michael protection, collective. I just saw, wow. Archangel magic, and look, celestial magic. We got Archangel Michael and all the Archangel protections, and we got celestial magic protecting us. Stop playing. Stop with the playing the games. Stop with the playings of the games. Spirit is like, they can't touch you. They can't touch us. Look, another one bites the dust. They defeated. Like I said, the Spirit is saying they can't touch you. They can't touch you. You got archangel protection and celestial magic surrounding your ass. They could do all the fucking necromancy they want. They could send the death all you want. You know what? If they send the dead over here to me, you know what I tell the dead when they start doing what they're doing? Because normally when it's spirits and to fuck with you, they like to make knocking noises. Okay? They make knocking noises. And I know this because it happens in my house. They do it to my refrigerator and they do it to my radiator. My radiator is off and that should be doing the knocking noises and the radiator is off. It's the summertime. Now that shit is going to come on soon, but in the summertime it was doing that, and I know that that's a spirit that they try to send, or it could be a spirit warning me. But what I know, what I do and what I say is that if you're not here, and I be minding my business, I be doing my thing and I don't stop what I'm doing, and I just speak out loud. I speak out loud. I say, if you are not here to protect me, and I don't give a fuck if you're a dead spirit, if you a dark spirit, if you a demon, angel, I don't give a whatever it is that you are, whatever energy or entity, celestial, supernatural, whatever it is, because not everything of the dark is bad. But I say, if you ain't fucking here to protect me and watch over me and guide me in the proper direction, then you need to get the fuck out of my fucking space, out of my place, and out of my fucking face, because you do not belong here. Go back to your sender and stay there. You have no place here. And don't fucking come back. And if you come back, then you will be stuck in the purgatory that you trying to get yourself set free from. You will be casted into the abyss of nothingness. Fucking with me. So you can manipulate whatever time you're trying to, or whatever date, but something that says lost but not forgotten. Something, you could try to make something lost or you want, but something will not be forgotten. When whatever you have been doing will not be forgotten. Especially if you a bitch like me that's talking about her shit out in the open and don't give a fuck about what none of these motherfuckers think. And I damn sure ain't scared of these bitches. They sure do know that. So, because I figure, you want to target me? Okay. At first, I didn't know what the whole targeting was. I thought maybe my people was just fucking with me. Then I started realizing that people were really targeting my life. Trying to come for my life. Oh yeah? Okay. We will see how far you get trying to take my life when I'm being loud about it. You was trying to humiliate me. I put the all eyes on me, my fucking... I do it for me. You don't got to do it for me. I do it myself. Thank you very much. You trying to get all eyes on me? Okay. I'll do it myself. I'll be loud and I'll act like a loca for a little while just to get the eyes on me. And then what's going to happen? How are you going to take somebody out if they screaming Bloody Mary all the time? If they're making a scene and bringing attention to themselves. Motherfucker was out here trying to make it seem like we out here suicidal and shit. Like we want to take ourselves out and we out of our minds and we don't know no better and we know what the fuck we talking about. And I don't know why motherfucker was trying to make me out like I was crazy. Especially now in this time. Maybe back then when I was going through all the bull crap that I was going through, maybe it would have worked. Maybe that's why it worked before. Maybe it was believable before because of how I was before. You know what I'm saying? You caused shit in my life for me to be in that energy, and then you went off with that narrative. So you caused a problem in my life so that you could run with the narrative so people could believe what the fuck you was saying. So you caused the problem. You created a lie, and then you created a problem so people could believe the lie. That's a lot of work. That you gotta do. A lot. That sounds like a lot. You don't even know who you are. You got a dissociative identity disorder. You out here doing womb magic, doing this for some type of money, committed some type of tax fraud, and you doing necromancy. And dream magic, trying to search in somebody's dreams for information. And all this that you did, you spiraling out of control and got you casted out of this coven. You getting kicked out of this coven because you can't even act your age. You acted like a child. So that means you an elder person. You over the age of 30, over the age of 40 years old. Acting like a dingbat energy, crazy energy vampire. That goes to sleep and wakes up doing spell work. And because of this, you about to be taking out your misery. You out here aging rapidly. And the first card that came out when I was splitting the deck, when I was shuffling, is aging rapidly and death becomes them. I got the hoverers. That's what I'm going to call them. That's their new name. The hoverers. I just saw hydromancy. Oh, look. Hydromancy in the reverse. I was talking about the hoverers. I'm in the hoverers energy. The hoverers, which is my upstairs neighbor, they were doing some hydromancy, which is them pouring some type of fucking liquid on my windowsill to try to open some type of portal. Or try to, yeah, they're trying to break my protection. You can't break my protection. My window. They're trying to get something to come in my house through my window. Because that window is always open. And then I'm not going to accuse them anymore of pouring well, sometimes they probably do. But I'm not going to accuse them all the time of pouring liquid on my AC. Because I opened my fire escape the other day to make sure to see. And it was just somebody else's AC dripping on mine. But when you get the pouring shit, when I start hearing the pouring on my AC, that's because they pouring. That's dumb. Confirmation with the car, my cat making a meow. Oh, and he's okay. My cat saying something. So collective, I don't know if this is your energy or if this is mine, but either way, whether this is your energy or mine, you got a next door neighbor and their father's side of the family and a mother related. I'm going to break it down again so y'all can see so this is your story or not. So this mother related could be the mother of the next door neighbor, or the mother of the next door neighbor's father side of the family, which would make the mother related to the next door neighbor their grandmother. Then you have a aunt related that came out, a cousin related that came out. Oh yeah. Okay. Doing womb magic, dream magic, necromancy, committing tax fraud, but you're protected from these people. They wasted a lot of energy doing whatever the fuck they were doing. Yes, they did. They really did. Now this enemy want to turn your friend. An enemy wants to turn your friend because a lot of blind's eye was turned. Keep your eyes turned then. Don't be my friend. We can't be friends now. You try to come for me. You try to come for the collective. You want to be our friend. Yeah, backstab in the reverse. Now you want to be somebody's friend because you were unable to backstab them. A blind's eye being turned. A blind's eye was being turned to somebody trying to backstab you. So whoever was turning a blind's eye, you're just as guilty. Like I said earlier, I was having this conversation earlier. Just because somebody don't participate, and if a person knows what's going on, and the person knows that somebody's trying to bring some harm to a person, and you standing there watching, just figuratively, I'm just saying standing there watching a person or a group of people come for someone or some people. You're not participating, but yet you're watching it happen. You are affiliated with the people that have the participation in targeting somebody. You talk about the person. You talking about the targeted person with the participants who are targeting the person. You have connections. Do you know what I'm saying? But yet you are not participating and you're only turning a blind eye. You have no part of it. You're still a part of it. You're still just as guilty by association. It's not only turning a blind eye, it's you're guilty by associated. You're associated with these people. So you're just as guilty and it makes it worse because you're watching somebody commit a premeditated unaliving. A premeditated torture and torment. Premeditated, purposely planned to cause harm, basically. Yeah, you go down right along with everybody else. Yeah, running, they're unable to run collective, running in the reverse. Yeah, going insane and mentally delusional. You got FBI detectives. So the FBI is watching them. Now they out here praying and repenting because you were their walking karma, because you were karma collective. You were their karma. You were their karma. A tarot reader psychic in the reverse. Spiritual violation in the reverse. They can no longer spiritually violate you. Danger in the reverse. They can no longer bring any danger to you. They going crazy. That's why I heard somebody was trying to make you sick. They can't make you sick. Sick, illness, and injury in the reverse. They was trying to spiritually violate you. They was trying to bring you some danger, and they was trying to make you sick. Cause you some type of injury or illness. Now they're the ones that have the underlying illness. And death becomes them. And they can't run from causing the spiritual violation. They're the ones in danger from going mentally delusional. Like I said, they're the ones in danger. It says enemies will be in deep regret for playing in your energy. Now they out here praying and repenting. So they out here praying and repenting because they ain't regret for playing in your energy collective, for being nosy and poking around because you were their walking karma. So now people are out here praying and repenting for being nosy in your energy, for playing in your energy. A tarot reader psychic that's in the reverse. You are walking karma for this person. This person is in flip-floppy energy. Collective. Their plans failed. They fallen off the fucking cliff and this corrupted system. You survived the unsurvivable. When it comes to these fucking clowns, they were trying to get you to shut up and sit down. And now they need to shut up and sit down. You're walking karma, nosy poking around, shut up, sit down. Oh, that sounds like a rhyme. You're walking karma, nosy poking around, shut up and sit down. You circus clown. Oh. Your plans fail. You're getting derailed. You're going to jail. Community residents. I'm done. I am so done. I'm so done. I'm not plucking no more because it seems like this is my energy. Accident in the reverse. They were trying to cause some accident and it didn't happen. Plans fail and trying to cause some type of accident when it comes to a car crash, explosion. So you trying to cause some type of crash or explosion or accident to the person that just left this apartment a little while ago? Is that so? Oh yeah? That's why he didn't get into one. That's why he's not going to get into it. That's why that man is going to be a blessed man. You know why? You want to know why? I'm going to talk about him on this camera. Because you want to know why he did the other day? The other day, we were about to go, I forgot where we were about to go food shopping. Protected by light and dark energy. That's what I'm talking about. We were about to go food shopping. And we driving down the block. We just left the house. We driving down the block. One of the blocks. And we see a lady in the middle of the street. Walking real slow. She's literally, she's in the middle of the fucking street. And I started saying, I said, every time I come outside now, I get depressed. Like today, I was going to cry today outside because over here is so depressing. This area is so sad. Anyway. But, so there was a lady in the middle of the street. She was walking real slow, like she was in a daze. And then I was like, gee, this is why I want to move from here. Because of what I see. The sickness, the illness, the drugs. At first, I thought it was a drug person in the middle of the street doing druggy shit. What a person on drugs does. But then I started looking at her and I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, she only got one shoe on. So when I said she only got one shoe on, he started looking at her more and he started noticing that her leg was bleeding. Like there was something wrong with her leg. Like he started watching her, started paying attention to her. So he pulled over. Put whatever I had to do on pause, which was cool. Stopped and pulled the fuck over to get the lady out the fucking street. And stood there with her, called the ambulance, and stood there with her until the fucking ambulance came and the lady was inside of the fucking the ambulance. The people took care of her. That's why that man is not going to get into any accident. You're not going to take his life. You're not going to do anything to that man. You're not going to do anything to my child. You're not going to do anything to anybody in my life, nor to me, nor to my fucking animals. Because we are blessed and we are protected. And y'all just a bunch of haters that will get nowhere and gain nothing in life because you're trying to take somebody else's. And if this is the community residents here now, and they trying to take his life, you know how many people know him for a long time? Especially the next door neighbor. If this is the next door neighbor that I'm thinking about, then this next door neighbor grew up with him in another area. It says community residence, home community, next door neighbor. It don't get any fucking louder than that. Mother related, cousin related, aunt related, and father's side of the family. If this is my energy, this is the only area and community residence and home community that I'm having problems with neighbors. There's a tarot reader psychic that's in flip-floppy energy that's a part of this community residence. So there's a tarot reader. I'm really thinking that this is my energy at this point. So this could be your energy or mine, but there's a tarot reader psychic that's in flip-floppy energy that lives in your community residence collective. And you were there working, you were karma for this tarot reader psychic. Now they're running and they're going insane and they're mentally delusional because they're being watched by the FBI. They were spiritually violating you, trying to bring you some type of danger in your life, trying to cause you some type of sickness and illness and injury, trying to cause you something. And now your enemies will be, these enemies of yours or mine will be in great regret for playing in your energy, being nosy and poking around. Now they in flip-floppy energy for being nosy and poking around in your energy. Because their plans failed. They're part of a corrupted system. And you survived the unsurvivable, this poisoning that they were trying to do, making you sick or injured. These are a bunch of clowns that was playing in your energy. Now they need to shut up and sit down. Or they being shut up and sat down in your community residence. This accident not happening because you're protected. I'm protected by light and dark. Yeah, look at what I just said. It says spiritual protection, light and dark energy. You are not alone in this fight. Come on, spirit. Talk. Spirit is literally talking. Spirit is saying accident not happening because you're protected. I'm protected by light and dark, and we're not alone. You can't see us, bitch, but we here. That's what spirit is saying. You cannot see us, but we are here. I'm like, can I get a confirmation with something? Wow, bind it to karma. They bind it to karma. And they going to jail probably with the cuffs. This could be a feminine. It look like a feminine. Or it could be a masculine, but it look like a feminine. She got a bracelet on. Yeah, you're free. Cut those cords. You're free. Some cords have been cut, collective. Because you have faith, you didn't lose hope. Or this came out in the reverse. So I'm going to take it in the reverse. These cards came out reverse. But it says, you're free, cut those cords. Somebody's not free. They still connected to some type of cord. Or they were still trying to connect to you. They was trying to, you're free. So they didn't want you to be free from some type of cords they had on you. They're binding to karma. And then you're free, cut the cords in the reverse. They didn't want you to be free from their karma that they were binded to. Is what I'm getting. They wanted you to be binded to their karma because they could be going to jail. Don't lose hope, faith in the reverse. They don't have no faith. They don't have faith. They don't have hope. It says blind eye being turned. A lot of blind eye was being turned, collective. That was popping out. And that came out a lot. A lot of blind eye was being turned when it came to this. Yeah, hater raiders. Hater raiders, death call. There's about to be a death call to these hater raiders, and you about to get a new beginning. So prepare yourself. Sirens. Breaking and entering. They were trying to break and enter. They were unable to break and enter. They under reverse. Somebody could have been trying to break and enter. This was over money. Hungry, greedy in the reverse, but they're not getting this money. Yeah, protection, collective. You have a lot of eyes on you. You have a lot of protection on you, collective, from them breaking and entering. They could have been trying to break and enter in your home. You got 3 people, so they could have been like 3 men that could have been trying to break and enter through your window area. The only place that would be my window area would be my fire escape. And I already had a dream about this a long time ago, a download about this a long time ago when I first started this, that somebody was trying to break in through my window. So, and that's in the reverse. So somebody was trying to break in. 3 people were trying to break into your home with GUNs. They were trying to steal something. And this was over money, but it's in the reverse. So somebody could have been trying to break and enter, and they were unable to do this, and they're not getting no money. Because you're, look, a dirty police cop. Wow. I was just about to say this. But I was going to wait for it to see if it came out. A dirty police cop fell for the trap. You have protection from this dirty police cop that was trying to break and enter. So you have a dirty cop that was paid to try to break and enter through your window. 3 of them. They fell for the trap. Spiritual warfare. A shallow howl, somebody who's superficial. But collective, laugh at this. Don't sweat the small stuff. Brush it off. Because like I said, you have protection. Because they've been, wow, I just put the deck. Because they've been caught. Collective, laugh it off. They're guilty. Wow, right behind that, self-sabotage. Spirit is not playing today. And that, wow, I split the deck. True colors is showing. Split the deck again. We got crusty, crabby, raggedy, bitter, miserable ass need to go heal. And they shocked, expect the unexpected. I just seen no more lies. Yeah, see, they've been guilty. They're scammers online and offline. And they're dependent and clingy. In the reverse, they can't cling on to you. Yeah, spells is blocked. And they hired and paid a hitman to attack you. They committed some type of male theft. A masculine energy that was all up in your energy. And this was in the reverse. It's a masculine energy that was in your energy. They're in the reverse. Yeah, that was doing black magic, voodoo, and brujeria on you. But you stood your ground. Because you're a wounded warrior. Sirens confirmation. Now they worried about the outcome, collective. Because they know that love loves you, that God loves you. Sirens getting louder. That just ends the confirmation. That's a confirmation for this reading. And I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna pluck no more cards. But basically what this is saying, hold on. Let me get some water and wet my palette because it's a little dry. It's a little dry. So let's wet my palette. Right. So collective, let's do the whole rerun down again and do the whole story. And And let's get the whole conglomerate gang up in this whole story. So the first half of this reading, it was talking about your community residence, because the community first half, part of the first half is the second half, because community residence came out. Okay? And the community residence card coming out, it's just confirming the first card that came out when it said next door neighbor. And the father side of the family, the mother related, aunt and cousin related. And then they working with this aunt, these people, this dirty cop police, and this tarot reader psychic could be the cousin related and the aunt related. Or they could be working with a tarot reader psychic that's in the reverse, that's in the community residence. And they could have paid a dirty police cop, because this is a dirty police cop that was over money hungry. They were greedy. And they agreed to break and enter in your home. And they were unable to break and enter in your home, because you were protected. So there was supposed to be some type of breaking and entering by a dirty cop, or a few dirty cops, like 3 of them. They were supposed to be like 3 dirty police cops that broke and entered through your window or your area. If you're in a house, I'm not in a house, and I have a fire escape. So maybe they were supposed to enter through my fire escape. I would have heard that shit. But anyway, but if you're in a house, you know them sliding doors. You know that you have them sliding doors that you might have like in a kitchen area or a living room area in a house. They could have been trying to break and enter in there, just in case this is not my energy, because I don't want to sit here and say this is my energy. A lot of people is going through the same thing. As far as me, I live in an apartment building. So I can only go based on how I feel when it comes to that. But I did have a dream of somebody trying to come in my window. So I know that I resonate with this energy. But this could resonate with you as well. So anyway, so this neighbor and their family, or this aunt related and cousin related, could also be your family that they're working with as well. It could be a group of people with different people. Take the story again as it resonates. But now you got a tarot reader psychic that's a part of this community as well. So you got a tarot reader psychic that's a part of your home community, in your community residence, that was attacking you, causing you some type of spiritual violation to bring you some type of danger in your life, cause some type of danger. So this tarot reader psychic that was in your community was spiritually violating you, trying to cause danger in your life, trying to get you sick, causing injury and being ill. And now they're in regret for being nosy and poking around the energy. And now they're in flip-flop the energy. They're not stable. They're unstable with their energy. They're unbalanced for trying to spiritually violate you. And they're part of a corrupted system. These clowns, and they're scammers. And they were trying to cling on to your energy. But you're protected. All these spells is blocked because you're a spiritual warrior, and they hired and paid a hitman. A masculine energy that's in the reverse is worried about the outcome. Because these dirty police cops, it says cops, more than one. They fell for the trap. This was spiritual warfare created by a shallow hell who was superficial. That were out here doing black magic and voodoo brujeria on a wounded warrior that's protected by light and dark energy. That's protected by archangel. They got archangel protection and got celestial magic surrounding them. I'm done. And I call, reclaim, command my energy my power, my spirit, my soul, my essence, my aura, my mind body is mine. I'm in control. Anything and everything that's being drained, stolen, harvested, manifested, and what else? Stolen, drained, siphoned from me and my energy will return back to me, quick, fast, and in a hurry. From every person, place, thing, dimension, device, divination, entity, energy, alive or unalive, past, present, and future to come. Everything will return to me that's for the better of me. It will return to me aligned and clean. Now, now, now. You cannot siphon from me anymore. So stop trying to. But I'll take your energy though. Thank you. Drain my enemies dry. Drain them dry. Drain them dry of their energy supply. Somebody's in denial of this freedom that you have, collective. Somebody's in denial of this freedom that you have. They're in denial that you have freedom, that you're free. You acknowledge your fears and you replaced it with the insight of awareness. So somebody's in denial that you have freedom because you changed your outlook. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Like I said, it just answered it for me. They're in denial that you have the power and free will to create your own happiness. You're not in fear. You're very aware. If somebody's in denial that you're free, you have free will and you can create your own happiness. They're in denial about this. They could be in denial all they want. But because of the denial, they all been caught and guilty and they just self-sabotage themselves. And they all their true colors are showing and they miserable being a bunch of crusty, crabby, raggedy Andy ass, miserable, bitter ass bitches that need to shut up and sit down. And they out here trying to run, but they can't run because now they got karma. You were their karma. You their walking karma. Now they out here trying to pray and repent because they out here being haunted. They being haunted by the shit that they were calling on. Death call to these haterators. And this actually came out in the reverse. New beginning, prepare. They're not getting a new beginning. Death calls to the haterators. Haterators, death call, new beginning, prepare in the reverse. They better prepare because they're not going to get a new beginning. There's going to be an ending to this beginning that they thought they were going to get. It's starting before it's ending before it begins. It's ending before it begins. You don't like what I said, bitch? Then stop watching me. Trying to block somebody's throat. You mad? You mad? You mad? You mad? You're mad? Nobody cares if you're mad. Like the download that I got when I was taking a shower, I heard bloody hell. I'm like, what the hell, Deontay? I don't speak like that. I don't say bloody hell. And then when I looked it up, it was like somebody is in disbelief. Somebody is mad and they angry. They can't believe it. Or somebody is in disbelief that of what somebody did. Yeah, somebody's pissed. They're pissed because you set yourself free from whatever cords that they had attached to you. And this is telling me that whatever I just did the other day worked. Especially when I see it coming out in another reader's reading. When I literally see, look, they trapped, stuck, and stagnant. When I literally see the title, whatever you just did, it shows me that whatever I just did worked. Yeah, they trapped, stuck, and stagnant, and they nasty. A downstairs neighbor now is coming out. Every time I'm about to end the reading, somebody always pops up. There was a downstairs neighbor that was a non-believer. And they was in a competition with you. The Hunger Game. They had you in a competition trying to take you out, but you've been upgraded. And they nasty. This person is nasty because they marry for money. And they toxic. You were outnumbered and you still drop kick them all down and they alone. Yeah, because this moon magic left a big mess. Clean up traces, evidence left behind. And all those 3 words came out. Trace came out, evidence found came out, and now both of them on one card came out. So something's being traced back to somebody, evidence was found. That they were all up in your business, being nosy, and whatever they was doing is not working. These heathens are lost in the fog. Somebody could have been trying to fake a death in the past lifetime. And now the dark don't want anything to do with them. Because this person got no goals. Because they were doing necromancy. The dark don't want anything to do with them. They were doing necromancy and a childlike behavior in this coven. In this coven, they could have been doing a lot of spiritual SAing. They could have been doing a lot of graping in this coven. Yeah, they fumbled the bag, collective. And now a storm is coming. Yeah, because you're unstoppable. Dreams were deferred, but you're not defeated. So your dreams may have been deferred, delayed, but you're not defeated. Yeah, by a dysfunctional family that's in the reverse. This is a dysfunctional family that fumbled the bag. Because you're unstoppable and undefeated. And they stuck and stagnant. Having you in some type of competition. They were really trying to take you out, collective. Downstairs neighbors also came out at the end of this reading. So you can have a downstairs neighbor that it fumbled the bag and they had you in some type of competition to try to take you out. They would do a moon magic on you. This person could be a chain smoker. Yeah, they were doing some spiritual SAing, collective, to you. They were devoted to doing this. Yeah, this chain smoker coming out again. So, collective, that was the message. This could be yours. This could be mine. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't make anything stick or you're going to get sick. Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Going to prison. Somebody named Dumb and Dumber. The only one that I call Dumb and Dumber are my upstairs neighbor or whoever the fuck helps him do what he does. Him and his brother, him and his cousin, whoever this stupid dumbass is. Those are the only ones. So the Dumb and Dumber going to prison. You can have a Dumb and Dumber in your life. They going to prison, collective. Because they wanted to come up. They were naive. Or they thought that you were naive. Poisoning. Trying to poison you. No longer has their power or position and they being demoted. Now they are terrified, collective. Now somebody's talking shit because my ear is ringing. Get my name out your mouth. That's why you got health issues. And you in a black cloud. Because now you going outside for being in this cocky energy. Because you can't get my fucking name out your mouth. Obviously, spirit is fucking telling on you right now. You got health issues. You sick, bitch. And you no longer have the power and your position and you're being demoted. This father that's not related to you overstepped their boundaries. Now they out here trying to make negotiations. Burdened but not broken. They was trying to they burdened, may have burdened you, but they didn't break you. They was trying to break you, collective. It's with spiritual suicide. This dingbat energy committed spiritual suicide. Because they committed, they lost all their power. Being spiritual spies. This person is a drunk, or they're a bunch of drunks. Look, addicts right behind that. Another indictment charge is piling up on these people. Yeah, rumors is going around about the dysfunctional family. This false prophet that got no life. They're a repeat offender, a repeat offense. They're about to meet their demise. Electronics is tapped. What's that say? Insane berserker going mad. Yeah, they're about to meet their demise. They going crazy, collective. They thought they had a reason to attack you, plausible cause. Somebody could not even be from here. They don't even have papers. They could be being deported. That's one thing. How you in my state, my where I live, where I'm born here. You come to my country to do spell work to try to hurt and harm the next person, bitch, you gonna be shipped back where you come from. They wanted your blood to be freed, and they were being used to cause havoc. Every time they do a spell or ritual, it rains, moon cycle cleanse. And if they don't confess, their life will be a mess. They're stressed out, collective, because they gotta fucking confess. Because they trapped like labyrinths with no way out. You're somebody who's true and faithful, and you're unbothered. Their electronics is tapped. Somebody put you in a freezer. This disloyal person. But spirit is walking amongst us, collective. I'm done. I said I was going to be done, and I'm still talking. I'm done for real. Collective, these people need to go heal, and they stuck. They trapped. They stuck. They stagnant. There ain't no forward movement for these people for trying to come for you. Come for me. But I end this reading. I close this reading. And that is the end of this message. Thank you for this message, spirits. You are free to go. And I'm about to go. This is the end of this show. I'm about to go. What's the end of this show?